Let me tell you something. Most people never figure out until it's too late. Life is a mental game. It's not just about what you've got. It's not just about what you know. It's about what you do with your mind. You can be strong. You can be smart. You can even have talent pouring out of you like water. But if you don't control your mind, none of it matters. Because your mind can build you or it can break you. Think about it. Every choice you make, every risk you take, every goal you chase starts in your head first. Your mind is the steering wheel of your life. If you let it spin out of control, you crash. If you keep it steady, you can go anywhere. And here's the truth most people don't like to hear. Your biggest enemy isn't out there in the world. It's not your boss. It's not your past. It's not the economy. Your biggest enemy is sitting between your ears, and it's been whispering excuses to you for years. That little voice that says, "I'm too tired. I'll start tomorrow. This is just who I am." That's not you. That's your undisciplined mind trying to keep you comfortable. But comfort kills dreams. Every single thing you want is going to require you to push past what feels easy, and that's where discipline comes in. See, discipline isn't about being a machine. It's not about working 24/7 until you burn out. It's about one thing: control. Control over your thoughts, control over your habits, control over the way you respond when life punches you in the mouth. Because life will punch you in the mouth. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And when it happens, your feelings will try to run the show. They'll tell you to quit. They'll tell you you're not good enough. They'll tell you it's easier to just stop. But if you've trained your mind, if you've built that discipline, you won't listen. You'll keep going. You'll keep showing up. You'll keep pushing forward even when every part of you wants to stop. And that's when the magic happens. That's when people start looking at you like, how the hell do they keep going? It's not magic. It's not luck. It's discipline. The truth is, an undisciplined mind is like an untrained dog. It runs wild. It makes a mess. It drags you in directions you never wanted to go. But a disciplined mind, that's like a loyal guard dog. It protects you. It works for you. It takes you exactly where you want to go. And I'll be honest, it's not easy to build. Training your mind is work. It's uncomfortable. It means saying no when you want to say yes. It means doing the thing you said you'd do after the excitement is gone. It means taking the hard road when the easy road is right there. But here's what I promise you. If you can master your mind, you can master your life. You can walk into any room, face any challenge, and know deep down, I've got this. Because once you've disciplined your mind, nothing on this planet can control you again. That's why this matters. That's why you need to keep listening. Because the truth is, discipline isn't just a nice thing to have. It's the difference between the life you're dreaming about and the life you're stuck living right now. So if you're tired of breaking promises to yourself, if you're tired of starting and stopping over and over again, if you're tired of feeling like you've got more in you but something keeps holding you back, you're in the right place. Today is not about hype. It's not about feeling good for 5 minutes and then forgetting about it tomorrow. Today is about the real game. And the real game is happening in your head right now. The question is, are you going to keep letting your mind control you, or are you ready to control your mind? Because once you make that decision, once you commit to disciplining your thoughts, your habits, your actions, you stop playing small. You stop making excuses. You stop letting life happen to you, and you start making life happen for you. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's worth it. And if you stick with me until the end, you'll see exactly why. Now, let's talk about the truth of discipline. Because once you understand what it really is, you'll never see yourself the same way again. Here's the thing about discipline. Most people have it twisted. They think discipline means waking up at 4 a.m., eating dry chicken and broccoli, and grinding 24/7 until your eyes fall out. Nah, that's not it. Discipline isn't about punishing yourself. It's not about being some cold, heartless machine. It's not about killing every ounce of fun in your life. The truth is, discipline is freedom. Read that again. It's not a prison. It's the key to unlocking the life you want. Think about it. When you're undisciplined, you're not free. You're a slave to your mood. You're a slave to your impulses. You're a slave to every distraction that pops up. You want to work on your goals, but Netflix says, just one more episode. You want to save money, but your phone dings with that 50% off sale. You want to get fit, but that voice in your head says, you've had a long day, just skip the gym this once. And here's the ugly truth. When you keep saying yes to the easy thing, you're saying no to the life you want. Every time. Discipline flips that. Discipline is you taking the steering wheel back. It's you saying, no, I decide what I do. Not my mood, not my comfort, me. That's why discipline feels so good once you get it going. It's not just about getting stuff done. It's about knowing you're in control. It's about building trust with yourself. Let me ask you, how many times have you told yourself you'd do something and you didn't? How many times have you started something and then quit? How many times have you broken a promise to yourself and thought, I'll just try again later? That's why most people walk around with low confidence. It's not because they're not smart. It's not because they're not capable. It's because deep down, they don't believe their own word anymore. But when you have discipline, real discipline, you change that. When you say you're going to do something, you do it. And every time you keep that promise, you're stacking bricks of self-respect. You start believing in yourself again. And when you believe in yourself, game over. You're unstoppable. Here's what most people don't get. Discipline isn't a talent. You're not born with it. It's a skill. And skills are built. Nobody wakes up one day and says, all right, I'm disciplined now. No, it's little wins stacked over time. It's you making the hard choice once, then again, until it becomes who you are. The first time you say no to that extra episode and yes to your goal, that's discipline. The first time you choose the gym over scrolling your phone, that's discipline. The first time you stick to the plan even when no one is watching, that's discipline. And let's be real. At first, it feels uncomfortable because your brain is addicted to easy. It's addicted to right now rewards. It doesn't want to work today for something it won't get until months later. But that's why discipline is rare. That's why disciplined people stand out in a world full of, I'll start tomorrow. They've trained their mind to think long term. They've trained their mind to want the win more than the quick fix. And here's the kicker. The more disciplined you become, the easier life gets. Not because challenges disappear, but because you stop wasting energy fighting yourself. You don't spend hours debating whether to do the thing. You just do it. It's like brushing your teeth. You don't wake up and think, should I do it today? You just do it because it's part of you. That's what discipline does. It turns the hard thing into your normal thing. And here's something you need to hear. Motivation will get you started, but discipline will keep you going when motivation is long gone. Because motivation is like a spark. It's exciting, it's bright, but it burns out fast. Discipline, that's the fire that keeps burning through the coldest nights. When you're tired, discipline keeps you moving. When it's boring, discipline keeps you consistent. When no one is cheering for you, discipline claps for itself. That's the truth. And if you get nothing else from this, get this. Discipline is self-love in action. It's doing what your future self will thank you for, even if your current self hates it. You can want it, you can dream it, you can talk about it all day. But if you don't discipline your mind, you'll keep getting the same life you've got right now. So the real question is, are you ready to stop being a prisoner to your mood, your comfort, and your excuses? Or are you ready to take the wheel and drive this thing where you actually want to go? Because that's the truth about discipline. All right, so now you know the truth. Discipline isn't torture, it's power, it's freedom. But here's the thing, you don't find discipline, you build it. And building it, that's a mental game. Most people think training your mind is about some complicated system, reading 10 self-help books, or listening to morning affirmations for 3 hours straight. Nah, it's way simpler than that, but it's also way harder because it's about doing the work when your brain screams, "I don't feel like it." Here's the first thing you've got to accept. Your mind is lazy by default. It's wired for comfort. It wants the couch, the snacks, the easy road. It wants the just 5 more minutes in bed. It's a professional negotiator, and every day it's trying to sell you the easy way like it's the best deal in the world. But if you want to win, you've got to stop letting that voice run the show. You've got to be louder, stronger. You've got to train that voice to shut up and do what you decide. So how do you train it? You start small. Sounds boring, right? But listen, discipline isn't built on one big heroic moment. It's built on hundreds of tiny wins stacked on top of each other. Wake up when you said you'd wake up, even if it's just 10 minutes earlier. Put your phone down for the first hour of your day. Finish that workout even when your legs feel like jelly. Don't skip the thing you promised yourself you'd do. Every time you win those little battles, you're telling your brain, "I'm in charge here." You're rewiring it to obey you, not your comfort zone. Here's the secret. Your mind works like a muscle. If you keep lifting the easy weights, it stays weak. If you push it past comfort, it grows stronger. Discipline is your mental muscle. You've got to work it daily. And yes, you're going to hate it sometimes. Your brain will throw tantrums like a kid in the candy aisle, but that's how you know you're training it. The pain, the resistance, that's growth in disguise. Now here's where most people get stuck. They think discipline is about feeling ready. No, discipline is about doing it when you're not ready. When it's cold, when you're tired, when nobody's watching, that's when the reps count the most. And let me be real with you. Your emotions are terrible leaders. If you let your emotions run your life, you'll only work when you're in the mood, which is maybe 10% of the time. But if you let discipline run your life, you work no matter how you feel. And that's when you start building a life worth living. Here's a trick. If your brain starts overthinking, give it no time to argue. Count down from 5. When you hit 1, move. Don't think, don't negotiate, just move. Why? Because action kills hesitation, and hesitation kills discipline. And remember this, discipline doesn't care about perfect. It cares about showing up. You can have a bad workout, a messy project, a slow day, but if you showed up, you kept the promise. That's a win. And here's the beautiful part. Once you start stacking these wins, something magical happens. Your brain stops fighting you as much. It starts expecting that you'll do what you said you'd do. And that's when discipline becomes less of a battle and more of a habit. It's like turning a rusty old car engine. At first, it's slow, stiff, frustrating, but keep turning it, and one day, it roars to life. Let's make it real. Discipline is deciding to take the stairs when the elevator is right there. Discipline is closing the fridge when your plan says no snacks tonight. Discipline is writing that page, making that call, doing that rep, even when nobody would notice if you didn't. And here's what I love about it. Discipline doesn't just make you better at one thing, it bleeds into everything. If you're disciplined with your time, you become disciplined with your money. If you're disciplined with your fitness, you become disciplined with your work. It's the ultimate domino effect. One disciplined area of your life raises the standard for all the others. And before you know it, you're walking differently, talking differently, thinking differently. People start saying, "You've changed," and you smile because they're right. Listen, Discipline is not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. It's about becoming the kind of person who can be trusted by yourself. If you can master your mind, you can master your life. But if you let your mind run wild, it'll steal every dream you have, and you won't even realize it until it's too late. So if you're serious about this, decide. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. Decide that your comfort is no longer the boss of you. Decide that you're willing to feel the discomfort today for the life you want tomorrow. Decide that your word is law in your own life. Because at the end of the day, discipline isn't a skill you learn, it's a choice you make. Every day, every moment.
Here's what nobody tells you about discipline. It doesn't just give you results, it changes who you are. Yeah, sure, you'll get fitter, smarter, wealthier, whatever you're working on, but that's not even the best part. The best part is the person you become in the process. When you start living with discipline, you start walking different. You stand taller. You look people in the eye because deep down, you know you keep your own word. And that confidence, it's not fake, it's not borrowed, it's real because you earned it. Here's the wild thing. Your wins will look small to other people at first. They won't clap when you wake up early. They won't cheer when you say no to junk food. They won't be impressed when you write one page of your book or save $20 instead of spending it. But discipline isn't built for applause. It's built in the shadows, in the quiet, when no one's watching. And then, one day, you'll wake up and realize you've lapped everyone who used to be ahead of you. Discipline is the long game. It's what separates the "I wish I had" crowd from the "I'm glad I did" crowd. But here's where it hits deep. Discipline teaches you to trust yourself. Do you know how powerful that is? To know that if you set your mind to something, it will happen because you said so? That's a kind of power money can't buy. When you trust yourself, you stop waiting for other people's approval. You stop needing permission to go after what you want. You stop caring about whether they think you can do it, because you know you can. And let's get real. Life is going to hit you. It's going to throw bad days, heartbreak, failure, and doubt at you like it's testing how much you can take. But if you've trained your mind through discipline, you don't break. You bend, you adjust, you keep moving forward. That's the thing. Discipline isn't just about showing up on good days. It's your armor on bad days. It's what makes you get out of bed when life knocks the air out of your lungs. It's what makes you fight for yourself when nobody else will. And you know what? Discipline will make you dangerous in the best way possible. Because a disciplined person is unpredictable to the lazy. They can't figure you out. They'll say, "How do you keep going?" And you'll smile because you know the secret. You've been building your mind brick by brick, and nothing can tear it down now. Discipline also gives you freedom. Yeah, the thing most people think they'll lose by being disciplined. When you're disciplined, you're not chained to your moods, your impulses, or your excuses. You can say no to the stuff that doesn't matter, and yes to the life you actually want. Here's what else they don't tell you. Discipline brings peace. It quiets that restless, guilty voice in your head that says you should be doing more, because you are doing more. You're showing up. You're putting in the work. And that peace, that's worth more than any quick fix or shortcut. Now, let's talk about the emotional punch. The day you realize you've become the person you used to look up to, it will hit you like nothing else. You'll look in the mirror and think, "Dan, I did it. I became that version of me I dreamed about." Not because it was easy, not because you got lucky, because you disciplined your mind and refused to quit. And the craziest part? Once you built that version of you, you'll look back at your old life and think, "Why did I ever settle for less?" You'll wonder why you wasted time waiting for motivation, waiting for the right moment, waiting for someone to save you. Because now you know you were the one all along. So here's the truth. Discipline isn't punishment.
It's self-respect. It's the daily act of saying, I'm worth the effort. And once you start living like you're worth the effort, everything, your health, your relationships, your career, your future starts leveling up. So if you're listening to this right now wondering if it's worth it, yes, it's worth it. Every early morning, every temptation you resist, every time you choose the hard road, it's building a life you won't regret. Because discipline isn't just about the result. It's about falling in love with the process of becoming unstoppable. And when you get there, you'll realize the real prize wasn't the goal you hit. It was the person you became while you chased it. Now here's the thing about discipline. It's not a temporary fix. It's not a diet you try for 2 weeks. It's not a challenge you do for 30 days just so you can say you did it. Discipline is a lifestyle. It's something you wear like skin. It's the way you think, the way you move, the way you live. But here's where people get it wrong. They think discipline is about forcing yourself to do what you hate every day. It's not. It's about becoming the type of person who naturally does what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. You don't wake up every day asking, do I feel like brushing my teeth? You just do it. Why? Because it's part of who you are. That's how discipline should feel about your goals. Automatic, non-negotiable, just part of your DNA. So how do you get there? You live in a way that makes your choices easier. You stop negotiating with yourself. You stop letting feelings vote on your future. If you want to be disciplined, you have to marry your goals. Not date them, not flirt with them when it's convenient. Marry them. Commit to them like your life depends on it. Because, in a way, it does. Now let's get real. There will be days when your mind screams, I can't today. That's when discipline whispers, yes, you can, and you will. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. But if you drop it every time it feels heavy, it will never grow. You'll stay weak in the areas you could have been unshakable. That's why you have to practice discipline daily, not just when it's easy. It's easy to stay on track when life is smooth, the weather's perfect, and you slept like a baby. But the real test, the real growth, happens when you're tired, stressed, broke, or heartbroken, and you still show up. When you live disciplined, your life gets simple. Not easier, but simpler. You don't waste energy wondering, should I go to the gym today? Or should I work on my business? It's not a debate. It's done. This is why disciplined people win. Not because they're more talented, not because they're more lucky. They win because they remove the option to quit. They don't give themselves an escape hatch. Here's the beautiful part. When discipline becomes your lifestyle, you start attracting better things, better opportunities, better relationships, better results. Because people can smell discipline. They see it in how you carry yourself, and they want to be around it. And something magical happens. Your self-worth skyrockets because you no longer break promises to yourself. You know that when you say you're going to do something, you will do it. That's real confidence. Let me tell you something. When you live disciplined, you stop chasing motivation. You don't need hype videos. You don't need the perfect mood. You don't need someone to cheer you on. You've got something more powerful: consistency. Consistency is what keeps your dreams alive when motivation has left the building. Consistency is what turns small steps into massive changes. And discipline, that's the engine that keeps that consistency going. So don't treat discipline like a short-term project. Make it your identity. Be the person who's reliable, unstoppable, unshakable. Let it be the thing people think of when they hear your name. Because here's the truth. Once discipline becomes who you are, you can point it at anything in life and win. Fitness, business, relationships, learning a skill, it won't matter what it is. You'll have the mental power to conquer it. And you'll start to realize something powerful. You don't just have discipline, you are discipline. And when you are disciplined, nothing, and I mean nothing, can stop you. Listen, You can keep scrolling after this. You can keep telling yourself, I'll start tomorrow, but deep down you know tomorrow isn't the problem. It's today. It's the now you keep skipping over. Discipline doesn't start next week. It doesn't start when life gets less stressful. It starts right now, in this moment, with whatever you've got. And here's the thing most people never get. You're never going to feel ready. You're not going to wake up one day and magically have perfect self-control. You build it by doing hard things when you don't feel like it. So here's my challenge to you. The second this video ends, pick one thing you've been avoiding, one thing you've been putting off because you're not in the mood, and do it. Don't think, don't negotiate, just do it. Because that's the first brick. And tomorrow, you lay another, and then another. And before you know it, you've built something massive. Not just results, not just progress, you've built you, a stronger, sharper, unbreakable version of you. Now listen closely. This channel isn't just for entertainment. It's not for the people who want quick dopamine hits and then go back to doing nothing. It's for the ones who want to change. For the ones who want to live disciplined, stay hungry, and keep pushing no matter what life throws at them. So if you subscribe, you're not just getting motivation videos. You're joining a group of people who are building themselves from the ground up. People who wake up and take action even when it's uncomfortable. People who believe that their future is worth the fight. So if you're ready for more than just hype, if you're ready for a voice that will remind you to keep moving when the rest of the world is hitting